Hello, my fine friends. Welcome to Richard Herring's Sideways. Look at the news. I'm looking at it, but I'm looking at it sideways. I told Chris Evans not that one to put up a sensible news background. But what can you do? It looks like a kid show, Chris. How many times do I have to tell you? You are welcome to Rich Herring's Look at the News. I hope you've had a good week. Welcome to Twitch TV if you haven't been here before, or YouTube, or the podcast if you're not watching this live. It's a wonderful thing. It's not just for gamers, even though Amazon have just changed the name to Amazon Gaming, the stupid fuckers. Ian Amazon can suck my balls. This is a serious news show. Don't ignore that. If I was on the telly, I wouldn't say that stuff. I would remain impartial on Twitter. If I got the BBC big contracts, I could lose you 1 million listeners and get an extra £1 million. I'm happy to do that. You can give me a quid for every listener or viewer I lose from the regular amount. I will happily take that. That is fine. It's Twitch TV. If you're with Amazon Prime, by the way, if you don't know, you can give us some free money every month. It started off pretty well, and I have to say, people aren't coming back in the numbers I had hoped. I hoped it would go up. It's going down a little bit, but there's still a good fair few of you putting some money in. But look how hard I'm working here for you on twitch.tv/RKHerring. 3 nights a week, usually. 3 or 4 sometimes. It was 5 and mornings. There's been secret stone clearing. If you go to YouTube, Herring 1967, you can see a video which will explain how you can link your accounts and give me £5 a month at no cost to yourself. I only get £3.50 of it. And I'm just going to put that back into making more content and spending more money on this show. It's going to get ever more ambitious. Those balls didn't come free. That's not free. That costs. To get a load of balls behind you, that costs proper money. My week's gone okay. Before we get into looking at the news, I'll just do just a show. I've got the right. I could just chat about myself. I've been on The Chase, celebrity version of The Chase. It'll be out at Christmas time. I'm not allowed to tell you how I did. We did say I was going to be on last week, didn't we? And it was on Friday last time. Very exciting episode. I think you'll enjoy it. Did I go for the high offer? Did I win the high offer? What do you think? Do you know me in quiz shows? What do you think happened? If I did that, or even if I didn't, did the team then get through the very difficult last part? Of course they did. See, I've covered myself very well there. Lots of fun. We might talk about Bradley a little later. He's a lovely guy. Thanks for popping along, everyone. There's nearly 200 people in the chat room. I'm just looking here. Zaffa Cakes is on 210, and he's just new. He's a young whippersnapper. That should not be allowed. Up against a few big hitters on a Thursday night, but I'm not going to move. I'm not going to move the time to a different slot. My son wouldn't brush his teeth this week, and he's not even 3. His teeth aren't going to fall out for ages. And I told him if his teeth weren't clean, the tooth fairy wouldn't give him any money. And he then cleaned his teeth. I've got him. All you have to do is lie to them. They're like the population children. Just keep on lying to them. Tell them they're going to get something that they're not even going to get, that isn't even real. And then they'll do anything you say. The fucking idiot. That is my bit of satirical satire. That's my favourite kind of satire. They're really satirical stuff. So look, what I want to talk to you about. I'm not getting interrupted this week, which is great. Maybe no. It looks like it is. It's Richard Herring's Sideways. Look at the news. And the thing I want to talk to you about the news first of all is this rule of 6 thing. We were worried last week about whether we could get the whole team together. We'd have to drop a couple of members because there's 6 people. But the news did come out that grouse hunting is still fine. If you're grouse hunting, you can have up to 30 people gathered together. So we're just going to do some grouse hunting during the show tonight. If you watched, was it the snooker? The snooker, I killed a fly during that. And actually don't let Gwendolyn fly, see, but it's a good Good to have a backup in case Gwendolyn goes missing. Not that I'd ever do that. No, this isn't Blue Peter with the dogs. I wouldn't replace the original fly. That's the original wasp and everything. So we'll be. There's a grab. I tweeted a very amusing tweet about this when it came up. Looks like my youngest is going grouse hunting with his friends for his 3rd birthday. Thanks, Tories. That's what I put. A little clever. No one else thought of it. It's a very clever little tweet I did. You imagine all those 3-year-olds out there shooting grouse whilst they're eating cake and stuff. It conjures up a funny image. That's just the kind of stuff I come up with for free on Twitter. I'm not even charging for that. That's just my free ideas. That's how good I am. No one thought of anything like that because I'm a genius. The Guardian quoted it. That's how impressed they were with that. But they said a parent tweeted. They didn't even put. That's showbiz, isn't it? I'm just a fucking bloke on Twitter. Oh, there's a bloke on Twitter's tweeted. Don't need to say who he was. Motherfucker. The journalists are all scum. Sophie Duker's rehearsal went up yesterday. She's been in a bit of hot water with the Daily Mail because she made a joke about killing all white people on the Frankie Boyle show. I didn't realise of what danger I was in. Luckily, we weren't in the same room when I did rehearsal because she would have definitely killed me. That's obviously what the Daily Mail think. And then the Daily Mail got in touch to say, could they use a bit of rehearsal on their website? And so could they ask permission? I said, no, you can't have permission to do that because I knew what they were going to use it for. They just did it anyway. So, what can you do? What can you do? Fuck all. The journalists are all scum. But I'm here to tell you, they're the scum that we have to watch out for. From the Daily Mail to the Guardian, they're all liars. They're all just trying to bring me down. But they'll never bring me down. Oh, they probably could, couldn't they, if they wanted? Because of all their power and stuff. I'll show them. Who do you think's the toughest, me or the journalist? It's me. So yeah, as always, no rehearsal. There is not a team. Some people have been talking about this team of 10 writers putting this stuff together. Honestly, this is me jamming. I've got a few notes, and that's it. And then bang, off we go. Pooh, pow, pow. Thank you to Quinty Bores, who's converted from a Prime Gaming sub to a Tier 1 sub. See, I don't even know what that means, Prime Gaming. What have you done to me, Twitch? I called this Twitch of fun because you were called Twitch, and now you're calling yourself Prime Gaming. I tell you, Jeff Bezos, I'm going to marry you, but then I'm going to take half your money. All right? You all right? And I'm going to give it to charitable causes. Because that's the kind of guy I am. So anyway, yeah, let's... We'll crack on with the news. Can't believe we haven't been interrupted. Imagine if I just get through the whole thing without just me doing my sideways look at the news. How brilliant that will be. So let's go to my next news story. Is from the Daily Star. I got the Daily Star today. There wasn't any Mirror at the post office, so I bought the Daily Star for, I think, possibly the first time in my life. And it's a great newspaper, I have to tell you. And it's really good for this. There's 100 stories I could have got from the Daily Star. I mean, I'm going to concentrate on the Dennis Nielsen one, but look, front page of the Sun. Luke, I am your window cleaner. Darth Vader gets proper job. That's not in any of the other papers. Darth Vader's becoming a window cleaner. I mean, that's the Star is the Ali and Herring's Twitcher fun of the newspapers, and I respect all the journalists on the Star because they're honest. They would not lie to you. That is the kind of top quality journalism that isn't just asking permission for something when you don't get it, doing it anyway. That is, you need consent, the Daily Mail. It's not just tweeting something, putting out a tweet to fill up some column inches and not even crediting, let alone paying the gene. It looks like my youngest is going grouse hunting with his friends for his 3rd birthday. Just think how funny that would be. They'd all be dead. It would be hilarious. It's such an hilarious image. And no one's paid me for it. Nobody's credited for me. They're all scum apart from the Daily Star. Daily Star journalists, the only people we can trust. But yes, the Daily Star story is my psychic dog knew I was a wrong'un, says Dennis Nielsen, who you may be aware of. He's the funniest of the serial killers. He had quite a few quips. I saw John Ronson actually talking about him today and saying how John Ronson actually pissed him off by Dennis Nielsen had transcribed. This is quite an interesting bit of tittle tattle from Twitter today. Dennis Nielsen had put John Ronson's first book, Them, I think it was, in maybe not his first book, but the book Them. He translated it into Braille, and John Ronson had contacted Dennis Nielsen as a result of this, and then made a joke because he'd also contacted Jeffrey Archer saying he's one of those guys who writes to prisoners hoping they get to marry him. And then Dennis Nielsen got really cross with John Ronson and said, "I thought you were a serious person. You're not a serious person. How can you make jokes like that?" And then didn't want to contact him again. Which, I thought was a bit off because Dennis Nielsen strangled loads of people and then masturbated on them and then kept them under his floorboards and flushed them down the drains, which is probably worse than the joke that John Ronson made. It wasn't a great joke, but I think it was still better than doing that. And also, Dennis Nielsen made a lot of funny quips when he was taken in for questioning. He was smoking a cigarette and he said, "Well, I haven't seen the drama with Doctor Who in it yet, but I think it's wrong to have Doctor Who come on as a serial killer, I have to say." But he was smoking in the interrogation room, and then he said, "What should I do with this?" And the detective said, "Oh, just flush it down the toilet." And Dennis Nielsen said, "I got in trouble last time I did that." That's a funny joke. Dennis Nielsen's a funny guy. So he wasn't a serious person. And I would say all this if he was alive and might escape and come and get me. But he could come to me as a ghost, and that's even worse. So don't serial kill anyone, folks, or even just one kill. Just don't even kill one person. But if you're going to kill a load of people, try and be funny about it afterwards. Try and put some humour in, because it's very depressing for everyone who's lost a loved one or has to investigate a terrible crime. So it's nice to chuck in a couple of jokes once you're captured. And, you sort of want to get captured, don't you? Because otherwise all your great work's gone undiscovered. I think Ali should probably come in and interrupt me at this point. I'm getting going quite badly, isn't it? So anyway, serial killer Dennis Nielsen believed his pet dog was the only creature that really understood him. The animal named Bleep. Come on, he's funny. He named his dog Bleep. Come on. It's like he wanted to call him fuck, but he couldn't bring himself to say it. It's good stuff. But anyway, the dog got upset with Dennis. I mean, the dog was in the room when Dennis Nielsen was killing people, and he got upset with Dennis Nielsen for killing people, I think. And Dennis Nielsen thinks that means he's psychic. But it's an interesting story about a dog and a serial killer. Let me out of the docks. What? Let me out of the docks. Do you need me? I'm not letting you out of the box. I'm going great guns here. This is my John Oliver Emmy-winning performance. I've done 12 minutes on my own of just fucking top rate, bang, 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 fantastic stand up. I don't need a fucking puppet in this to try and make it. Let me out of the docks. I want to go. I don't need it. Let me out of the docks. I don't. And I'm so angry. Look, that's why my face is going all contorted, because I'm angry with him. Not because of any other people say, why'd you get all, why's your face start moving? Because I'm this little fucker's shouting, let me out the docks, letting that, and it makes me angry. So, all right, come out of the box. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ali Sloper from Ali and Herring's Twitch of Fun. Hello, everyone, it's me. Sorry to leave it so long. I was just having a little wank and took a bit longer than I thought. I'm 128 years old, So, it takes a bit longer. I'm wanking at it. Not funny. You did the I'm wanking at it joke last time. I know it's funny to subvert it on this show 11. It's funny to subvert the genre, isn't it? Subvert the genre. What did the genre? Subvert it, Richard. Oh, subvert it. Yeah, it is funny to subvert the genre. What do you think about this? The dog, the old... I'm interested in Darth Vader's oath and a window cleaning business. Well, I mean, he's an actor. The guy, it's not really Darth Vader, yeah. It's an actor who plays Darth Vader in some of the films, which is not, that's the bloke walking around inside the suit. It's not James Earl Jones. That's not who they're talking about. It's not even Dave Prowse, who was the Green Cross man in the original Darth Vader. Isn't he dead? I don't think he is dead. He was a strong, man, Mr. Universe kind of guy. He's from the West Country, like me, and, you Luke, I am your father. If they kept his original voice, that's what we'd have got. That would have worked. There's no reason why it wouldn't. There's nothing intrinsically funny about the Somerset accent. So he's a guy, and he's not getting work, so I think he's using some of his money as the star. Again, I'm slightly disappointed, even though they found a great story there. I think they're being a little sneaky, and I think he's trying to start up a window cleaning business for his family. To something to fall back on, because acting is not a secure profession, but he's been in lots of films, and I'm sure he's doing fine. Yeah, well, good luck to him. Not as good as... Imagine if it was really Darth Vader. Cleaning windows. How funny that would be. It would be funny. And I think that's what the Daily Star are trying to do, trying to drag you in. There must be people, who saw that on the front of the paper, thought, ooh, better get that, see what old Darth Vader's up to. Oh, sorry to hear he's hit rock bottom, any old Darth. Thought he'd be all right with his evil empire, his big Death Star. I think that got blown up, Richard. I think we could make another one. He's obviously got the money. There's insurance. Oh, fair enough. I wonder how many people bought the Daily Star today to read that story. It does its job. It does its job, but not as many as my psychic dog knew as a wrong un. Yeah, I mean, would you know if you were living in a house with a serial killer? I think I'd know, Ali. Would you, though? I'm winking at it. Aside. Hold on. He is living in a house with a serial killer. I'm not living in a house. I can hear you when you say that. I'm flea-dagging. You're not... I'm not living, I'm not, aren't you, though? Living with a serial killer who has never been caught for his crimes? And flea-dagging. It could be anyone. It could be me. I'm flea-dagging. Well, you've never killed anyone. Yeah. Is your great-granddad still alive, Richard? I think he died of natural causes about 1956, did he? Oh, that's interesting. Is your granddad still alive, Richard? My granddad, no, he died in the 90s. Yeah, he was an old fellow. Yeah, yes, it's good. Did you go to the old ones, Richard? No one knows. Just ask Harold Chittenden, my friend, Dr. Harold Chittenden. No one notices the ages. No one really cares. Right, well, my dad's still alive. He hasn't I? Your dad never really had... You went straight from your granddad to you, didn't I? These puppets. So, don't call yourself a puppet, mate. You've got to be better than that. Okay. I'm just saying, I wouldn't like to be sleeping downstairs from this monstrosity and a dead fly and a dead wasp. Not bothered. Well, look, we saw last week when one of my kids made a noise, you just slumped on the desk. You couldn't do anything on your own. Couldn't I? Oh, that's a very convenient alibi. A very convenient alibi. I got an alibi, Richard. You've got an alibi. Algae, you mean? You've got algae. I can understand. You've been in that box a long time. That is not funny. The smell is just dust mites in my clothes. It does smell a little bit. It's an alibi. I got an alibi. If the police come, I got an alibi. You've got another guy. Oh. Anyway, I was going to speak then. Don't interrupt me when I'm trying to speak. I'm sorry. I'll try not to. You're just talking over me all the time. I'm trying not to. Well, you do all the time. So I'll stop. I wish you could stop speaking over me because it's very irritating for the viewers. They just want to hear me talk, and then you come in and you talk over what I'm saying. I don't think I do that. I think I usually wait for a little pause in the conversation and then snip in. You snip in? Yeah, I snip in. You snip in? Yeah. Okay, I misspoke. I slip in. Fair enough. So yes, well, you're not the serial killer in the house. Are you there? No, you do never know. You never know about that. So that's the Nielsen dog, the psychic dog. Could have warned it's going to be so psychic. If he was a psychic dog, why didn't he come down Muswell Hill, shout like Lassie would have? The police would have just thought it was a spat between gay lovers, like they thought about everything in the 1980s. Police is fine. Jeffrey Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer. Yes, I know a lot about serial killers, Richard. Jeffrey Dahmer had the same thing. Nielsen had someone who escaped and told the police, and they just thought it was just that's what gay people are like, strangling each other. One of Jeffrey Dahmer's victims, he used to drill holes in people's heads and inject some kind of cleaning fluid into there to try and turn them into zombies. How awful! That's a terrible idea. I'd never thought of that, Richard. Well, there you go. It's given me quite an idea. It's taking a bit of a dark turn. We're not here to promote serial killers. We're here to say what they did so people are aware that this next time we should look out for them a bit more. Anyway, this guy escaped, and then the police just delivered him back to Jeffrey Dahmer, who killed him. Well, you know what they say. What? I hoped you would know, because I don't know what they say that really. I hoped you would know what they'd say, and then that would get me out of it, that I don't know what they say. No, me neither. I guess I'd say that's a really terrible thing to happen. Probably not best suited to a light-hearted look at the news. There's a sideways look at the news. I'm looking sideways. I can't see. That's my winking eye. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. I think you're right. I think we've nailed that. It's very good, Richard. It's very good. Look, pretend you grouse. Oh, there's a grouse. We're fine. We're fine, Richard. I don't think no one would tell us. Pretty Patel. She wants people. She is pretty as well. I like her. She wants people to tell on each. If there's more than 6 people, she wants people to tell. It's really genuinely my son's 3rd birthday coming up, and like there's 4 of us in this family, so we're gonna have 2 people to come. So it could be his grandparents or one child and then their parent. I mean, I know there's bad stuff going on, but and Doris Bonson and his friends. Oh, it's a clever name to me. It just came out. I just did it wrong by mistake. Doris Johnson. He comes out. Doris Bonson. You're calling that's funny. It's not that funny. That could get you that kind of TV. You should do a character called Doris Bonson. This is your Cuntkin Nolan, the Twitch-a-thon. It isn't Doris Bonson isn't a good. If it was, if Bonson meant something, it would be quite good. Doris Bonson. Not enough just to call a bloke Doris, isn't it? No, and he's much worse than being called Doris. My grandma was called Doris, and I don't want to. Anyway, I like Pretty Patel, but she's very strict on stuff. That's part of the reason I like it, the strictness, and she'll tell you off if you even even if we had 2 kids at the party with their mum, so that my daughter would have someone to play with as well. I think Pretty Patel would come in and would be really severe with me, spank me. She'd say I had to spank her as well because she shouldn't be in there. That's 8 now, isn't it? She's there as well, so she's breaking the rules. Yeah, is this political commentary or a sexual fantasy? It's a little bit of both. I don't see why it can't be both. Andrew Neil does it. Does he? I think so. His sexual fantasy is a fascist state, and he always talks about that on his show and has an erection, as far as I saw. Really? That's Legolas. Is what? It's Legolas. It's Legolas. Do you mean Legolas from Lord of the Rings? I do not mean that, Richard. I think you know what I mean. So stop being a smartass. I will stop being a smartass. So 268 people in now. Thank you very much for that's much better. And Zaffacates has gone right down. He must have stopped recording, but I'm still taking it as a win. Little fucker coming on my podcast, becoming famous because of me. Oh no, I've got to try and ingratiate yourself to the young'uns. I will. Stevie Martin's also on at the moment, doing very well. 53 people for quite a new show. Do check out. Don't mention the competition. It's good. We'll check out their channels. If you don't give your £5 a month to me, give it to one of these other guys as well, please. If you're with Amazon Prime, you've got free money lying in a bin outside your house, and you can give it to people. I've got so many plans for your money. If we can raise enough, the things I'm going to do with this show, you would not believe. All right, move on. Right, let's move on to Michael Gove. Here he is. I think that's the real him. Just got the picture off the internet. I recognised him because of his testicular cheeks and a penis-like nose. He's a very good puppet from Spitting Image there. I hadn't actually even spotted the penis till it just presented itself to me there. I just looked him right in the eyes. I've actually been writing for Spitting Image this week. I've actually been writing some sketches about Michael Gove. Have you, Richard? Yeah, I've got a bit of history with the old Govey. Govey McGove. Yeah, he's I worked on a show called Stab in the Dark that he was on. Oh, that was a bad show. I know I didn't write for Michael Gove. I think I'm surprised the clips from that haven't gone a bit more viral because he said some appalling things. I believe he wrote his own material, but I certainly didn't. He was awful. Said some disgusting things about Prince Charles and Lady Diana and all sorts of stuff, as far as I remember. And I saw him a couple of times in the Westfield. Could have taken him out before Brexit. Well, you're not a serial killer, Richard. I tell you, you don't have it in you to. You have to have a certain mentality to commit a murder, and I don't think you've got it, my son. Well, that's very nice of you to say so. I thank you, but I wouldn't do it. He deserves to be just about be alive. I don't think he deserves to be in government or to have children. But apart from that, he's an okay guy. People might say the same about you. I'm sure some people do say the same about me, but at least I have a shred of decency within me. Whereas this guy is just doing what he can to get by. He just wants to be famous. He just wants to be on telly. Yes, go on, do go on. And he'll do anything as long as he gets headlines. He's happy. Do go on, Richard. Do go on. It's very fascinating what you're saying. And he just mistakes being mentioned even anywhere as being a triumph when it isn't. You've got to do stuff good. And he turned on his best friends and betrayed them. Yes, do go on, Richard. I've never done that, didn't you? In just a hope of furthering his own career. Do go on, Richard. I'm not fucking furthering my own career. He's in the government. I'm sitting in my attic. When it's not, those aren't even real. That isn't even a real ball pit. That's just some pictures of a ball. I haven't even got a real ball pit. I bet he has. Anyway, the reason Michael Gove's come up is because of this. I don't know. Have you seen this story about? We'll do one more story, and then we better do one of our other characters. Yes, I thought we might do a short show today. That it seems to be going on an awful long time. This could be a couple of hours. This is in the Mail, but it's in all the papers. This is old what's her face Swire, Sasha Swire, who's the wife of that very renowned Tory minister Sir Hugo Swire, who she claims has only not got on in life because he's not a woman or Asian or anything, so he hasn't been promoted, and that's why he's doing so badly. He was at Eton, and she thinks he's better than all the other guys. But Lady Swire complains bitterly. Sir Hugo was denied a cabinet job because he's male, white, and privileged. They simply won't let it happen. Well, she's got a point now, hasn't she? If you look at the cabinet, there's not a single person like that in that cabinet, and so that's the real prejudice, Richard. That's the real prejudice. I'm with Jim Davidson on this. Is Jim Davidson commenting on this? No, he's commented on some other stuff, though, and I agree with him. The real prejudice is the other way around than everyone is saying the prejudice is. Well, then it's against the people the prejudice actually is against, because everyone's saying prejudice is against white people. It's fucking depressing and ridiculous. Yeah, stop depressing people, Richard. You should be winking at it like me. I'm winking at it. I'm winking at it when I say this stuff. And the Jim Davidson comment, I was winking at it. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, so she dishes the dirt. She says Meghan's eating the redhead for breakfast. He's clearly not as clever as she is. That's Harry. Boris is a big, fat, bouncy Labrador driven by jealousy of Cameron, who he sees as a squit. Cummings is a stark, raving mad Rasputin, like an amoeba you find in jars in school labs. I mean, she's pretty good. She should be in the cabinet, but it wouldn't be allowed because she's not a white, privileged man. And she seems to have some wit in her. On Prince Andrew, Hugo said, I'm not kneeling down in that front of that man. He might knight me with his todger. These guys... There's some stuff about Cameron saying she looked lovely and was going to throw her in the bushes. He's all embarrassed about it. It's on the front of the Times today if you want to check out the facts of that one. But the thing is, Ali, yes, I have spent a little bit of time with the ruling elite. Have you? Yes. Don't laugh at me. I'm just astonished. Well, when I say that, I was once in a boat with Jonathan Aitken for about a month. Oh, okay. Did you ever go to any swanky parties with him? No, I didn't. No, he never invited. But they have a very different ethical background to the rest of us. Oh, yes. And Jonathan Aitken, married Christian. He apparently became Christian in prison and stuff. But this all happened before. But they're just all jumping into bed with each other. They preach one thing and they do another thing. That's the thing. Oh, really? Do they do it? It's very interesting. There's a lot of you talking this week, and I don't think it really suits the whole scenario. I think there should be a bit more of me talking because I'm the funny one. This is like having Lee and Herring and just Stuart Lee talking all the time without you coming in and saying wee wee or something. You were going to say poo, weren't you? But you realised you couldn't say it. No. Anyway, the thing that the one detail that jumped out at me that wasn't made in a headline for the Daily Mail, and this might end up in one of my sketches about Michael Gove if they go for. I don't think any of my stuff's going to get on. They didn't like they liked my Prince Andrew thing, but they said I couldn't do it. And I've got a thing about Priti Patel. You'll be able to spot it when it comes up, if it comes up. Gove's manhood. So what's this? Let's get this all right. At a birthday party for George Osborne in the Chancellor's number 11 flat, Lady Swire says Sir Hugo and Cameron were laughing uproariously This is the level of humour of the people who've got this country into this situation. It may be my level of humour as well, but I have not got the country into this situation. About the size of the private parts of certain Tories, including Gove. Now, I would have thought, his nose is going to be the clue there, right? He's going to have massive balls and a tiny little squitty, weird nosy cock. That is my guess, and that's Spitting Image's guess as well. Yes. What is the truth about Michael Gove's penis? Well, according to this conversation, Gove's manhood was like a slinky that comes down the stairs before the rest of the body, said Sir Hugo. Cameron thought this was hilarious. It is quite funny. I mean, I have to say, if you're going to be crude, that's quite funny. But, Michael Gove has a penis like a slinky. It makes you think, doesn't it? It does. It makes you think about what other genitalia the Tory Covenant might have had, is, I wonder if Margaret Thatcher's vagina was like a Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah, it could be. So that's a good reference. Do you think the youngsters are like that? They might like that. The youngsters might know who Margaret Thatcher is. I don't think they'll know who Teddy Ruxpin is, but well done for that. Jeremy Hunt's penis could be like, it could be like, you haven't thought this through, have you? I haven't planned anything. You were good. You got that one right off the top of your head. Well, I got more of that kind on. Jeremy Hunt's penis. Yeah, go on. Could be like Darth Vader. A what? A Darth Vader. A what? A Darth Vader. Why have you deliberately chosen something which is just basically made up of B's and P's there? Like the Bard and Meinhof ganning, right? It's meant to be a children's toy. No, like Darth Vader. Like the new Snoo. That it was a big enormous NAS thing that could change into any shape. And I'm saying Jeremy Hunt's penis could turn into, any shape, like turn into Jeremy Hunt, for example. Oh, that's interesting. Well, Kay Burley was on The Chase, and you're going to go on The Chase. He was one of the other contestants, Kay Burley. Look at the sadness in his eyes. You could say that about Gove. She, when Bradley Walsh, here we go, asked her who was the politician she most trusted to tell the truth or something, she said Jeremy Hunt. I was astonished. She was nice. I liked Kay. She was a nice lady. Anyway, when you meet people, you find out they're different. Maybe if I'd stopped and talked to Michael Gove, actually, I've met him. When at university, he was the president of the Oxford Union. Oh, God. Did you go to Oxford, Richard? I didn't know. You did know because you were in the Oxford Review with me. Oh, yes, I did know. I was being sarcastic. I was winking at it, and not even very subtly winking at it. I'm cheeky knee. Yeah, it's about time you did that. I just forgotten about that on there, so no need to get in, Richard. Fair enough. The thing I remember about him, he's Scotch, and he's one of the Scotch lot, and he's very proud of his Scotchness. And there was a photo of all the committee up, and I only went in because that's where the comedy club was. Yes, I know, Richard. I didn't mix with this kind of people. I didn't feel I belonged there, so it's not fair because I get cast into this pit with all these people, and I get all the bad side of it, and I didn't have any of the good side of it, like having sex with each other and seeing each other's cocks and finding out they were like slinkies. None of that. Anyway, the reason they might know about his slinky cock is because he always wore a kilt in those pictures. So which I think, he's Scottish, but is he? Would the people of Scotland take him to heart? If he turned up in Scotland, would you be going, oh, Michael, how great to see you? Maybe in Edinburgh. Maybe in certain enclaves of Edinburgh. Anyway, yes, it's a very interesting thing. What are the toys would you like to see replacing the genitalia of Conservatives? I'd like Harold Macmillan to have just a pot of slime. Instead of a penis, a pot of slime. Like a vagina, really. Well, it would be a sort of vagina, yeah, because it would be inserted into his pelvis, and you could put your fingers or whatever you fancied into it. It would be cold. Oh, it is. It's all green and slimy. Yeah. I mean, thinking about it, it probably is what Harold Macmillan's crotch is like currently, if you want to get Dennis Nielsen on it. You're doing very well with the callbacks there, Richard. With the callback? Was it Barbara Pappy was saying? I was saying Darth Vader. I was really saying Darth Vader. It's like the new Snoo. It's like Northall. The youngsters who have Netflix. Yeah, there's Morphal. That's the new one. Morphal. Not Morph. Morph's still in a box there, but have fallen to pieces. Morphal. It's like Morph. Can morph into different things. Check it out. It's some good kids stuff. There's some good kids shows on. Well, it's all been very interesting, Richard, coming up with Conservatives. I would like to see Benjamin Disraeli. Was he a Conservative? I think so. You should know. And his genitals are a child's hoop, stick and hoop. Oh, you've gone Victorian. I thought I'd do one for you. That's what we all played with back in the Victorian times. You're happy. You didn't need iPad, just a hoop with a little stick. Hit it around, and then put it in place of the genitals of the Tory and fuck 'em. Do what? Fuck 'em. Okay, fuck 'em. Well, it's disturbed me to think of Michael Gove and his slinky cock, and I hope it's disturbed you as well. We've been going for 35 minutes. This is insane. Insanely good, Richard. I think you're on fire. The people at home certainly agree. Numbers have fallen by 12 or 13 people. You mustn't just obsess about the figures, Richard. Our Twitches are very... what's the word? The people just flitting around looking to girls putting paint on their breasts, and they come across you hoping you're going to do that, and they see me and they think, oh, that might be a girl putting paint on her. Oh no, it's a scary, terrifying serial killing puppet. Okay, let's you have a little rest. We'll do one of the other things. I haven't even thought what's going on yet. Let's shall we do I think people are keen to see Marmite Lid, so let's get Marmite Lid on the case.
He's the top from a jar of yeast extract who always loves to kid. He says what we're all thinking, but the woke crowd will forbid. He's on a yearly contract for 100,000 quid. You love him or you hate him, it's Marmite Lid.
Hello, Richard Disney, Marmite Lid. Hello, I'm sorry. Oh, God, they're excited there. I was doing my best to just dig things off of it, and well, it's nice of you to try because you are, as if you are just new to this, Marmite Lid. I mean, it needs a bit of explanation. If you just see it, this looks almost insane. A man talking to a Marmite Lid with some Marmite smeared on it that doesn't, for some reason, even though it's yellow, does not work in front of a green screen. I mean, how green is that? Not very green. But a man found a Marmite Lid with a face in it, thought it was the most funny thing ever. So what I did, I bought. Well, I actually not even bought. I'm just paying. £100,000 a year to that's really why I need your Twitch subscriptions to this guy Marmite Lid to come on him just because he was so funny and the Sun thought he was very funny. So here he is with his this week's comedy, but he's quite a dour fellow, it turns out, not that amusing. Well, Richard, I think I got a good routine this week. I noticed that the government said that more than 6 people couldn't congregate in one place unless they were grouse hunting. So I'm going out grouse hunting with my 29 friends that in the pub. I'm going to the pub. I mean, again, you've just done my joke. I didn't know you were going to do your joke. You've just done you did this last week. I did a really funny joke at the top, and Richard, it's just a joke I come up with independently, and you have to ask yourself if Marmite Lid with just some Marmite smeared on it that looks roughly like a face can come up with that joke, and about 500 people on Twitter in the first minute, then is it really a professional comedian? A professional comedian. Should he be doing that sort of material to a paying audience? So they're not exactly paying. Some of them are paid some money, Richard. I mean, some of them are paid like £5 a month so they paid about 20p for this. Should you be doing that to a paying audience? Thought it was a good joke. Well, the Guardian thought it was good. The Guardian thought it was the best one of all the ones that they could have chosen thousands of people doing that joke. But they thought mine was the best because it's the idea of 3-year-olds doing it. Again, that's the thing. The idea of it's not as 29, 30 Marmite Lids shooting grouse. That's not funny. That's not a funny image. 3-year-olds doing it. Well, you're the expert on comedy, Richard. Apparently, I'm the one who makes £100,000 a year. Yeah, because I'm paying you that. Well, and plus my Marmite money. All right, well, let's get on to that. Well, first of all, let's talk about the story we missed last week. Because I paid £100,000 for you, and Sit Down Jim, who's probably watching, got in touch to send me this article from the Daily Mail from about 3 years ago, where someone had found Jesus in their Marmite Lid. That's Jesus. Look, Yeah, it looks a bit like Jesus, I suppose. It doesn't, but that is better. It's got like a little heart for his mouth. Isn't it quite nice? They'd either found that or just they'd been. I mean, that is better, isn't it? I should have paid £100,000 for Jesus. That can you do miracles? I can't do miracles as such, Richard. But in a way, it's a miracle that we're on show 11 and I'm still in the show. Well, we've done the jingle now. We've paid for that jingle, and I don't think we have paid for the jingle. We have to pay for the jingle. We have paid the guy who does those animations. It's really expensive. It's really, he charges a lot. I don't think I think he thinks we're more successful than we are. But don't go on with it. It looks weak. But no, if I'd known I could have the Jesus one rather than just the funny clown one. Oh, you get what you take, or I didn't think you could afford Jesus. Well, I couldn't really afford you. Anyway, let's talking of sit down Jim. He is one of the people who entered the competition to win. We're going to sign these if I can find the right pen. The Lynx Marmite. I haven't tried that. The Lynx Africa and Marmite spray, which I'm presuming they've just put together as a joke. I mean, it's horrible. I went to bed with my wife after last week's show, and it was it was, if you want a sexual repellent. I mean, and as far as my wife is concerned, obviously. But then spear Marmite on me and deodorant for children, and that will be enough to put off any grown woman from wanting. Even if you like Marmite, just put some Marmite on you. If you love them, dab a bit of Marmite over yourself, they're going to lick it off. My cat used to love licking Marmite. Very rough tongue. I only ever put it up my finger. I just want to make that clear. But, the thought crossed my mind that it would be interesting. But I didn't go any further than that. But some people love Marmite. Some people hate Marmite. Some people are ambivalent about Marmite. It's just like all other things. But some people don't like it. So I would say it's not a great... If whoever wins these, don't use them. Okay, just lay them down. Because I'm assuming they've just been put together to sell to people who have their own podcasts who will take the piss out of them. That's all I can think. Lynx and Marmite have got together and worked out there's enough podcasts, and they've worked out probably 2 in 3 podcasts will probably buy some to take the piss out of, and that will give them enough money from that short form. I can't think what the word is. In order to, I'm quite tired. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning with my son, so fuck you. I woke him up because I was just so excited about a brand new day. No, he woke up at 5 o'clock. I'm very tired. There is a campaign, for a short-lived campaign. They make their money and then they go. Anyway, some guys are going to win, and let's have a look at the winning entries we got. I mean, our post bags were very full. Do I have to stand it? Yeah, you just stay there. I haven't said anything for ages. I know, but I'm just explaining what's going on. Their post bags were very full, and but I would say 7 people entered this competition. Okay, so that's if you entered, you have a 1 in 7 chance of winning this. If all the people who entered this competition got together in one room, they would have to pretend they were grouse hunting. That's how many people entered. This is Sit Down Jim's, who was the guy. He's a big fan. He had his wife's birthday on. I've got a lot of viewers, but most of you just don't interact in the way that Sit Down Jim does. As long as he keeps sitting down and keeps away from me, I'm happy with that. This is his entry, and there were 2 entries that bothered to put something together. So this is, look, he done. Chris Evans changed it to a different one. I like the other one better. I'm sure I put the other one in. Anyway, let's go with this one. Chris Evans very kindly redid my pictures so that they would all be in shot. I didn't. So let's say this is the topical reference one to. This is Lynx made with Iceland hoary horse lasagna. So it had to be. I should explain for new viewers. It had to be a fragrance mixed with a food to create something disgusting. His other one was Lynx black pudding, which just it looked really good. Let's see if I can find it. I just really like the. I haven't printed it up. I haven't printed it up because I had it on the thing. I think it just looked like really. Andy bothered to put together. So anyway, Sit Down Jim. You're one of the winners. What I'm going to do is send one of you the spray and one of you the body wash. I'm sure you can wash your hair with it as well if you want to be really repulsive. And you'll both get a few. Oh, these are a few of Marmite Lid's children as well. We'll give you 2 or 3 of those each as well. So well done. And I think I've got some. I'll say that I've got some of the peanut butter Marmite as well. I've gone nuts for it. I'm eating a lot more Marmite than I used to. This is great subliminal advertising for Marmite and Lynx probably. I think the actual best one, but we're gonna have them both together just because this is a funny image. Was from. This is from. Oh, it's very good. You know you are. This is from Graffiti Hill Swim, which sounds like one of the people who emails into my Stone Clearing podcast. This is Marmite Lid Mega Challenge. I like this because it's just not really. I mean, it's more imaginative even than Sit Down Jim's one, who didn't even get beyond links. He is using the alley gas, which I guess is the fart that Ali would do, and mixed with some chewing gum in order to spice up your used chewing gum so you can have it again with some of Ali's farts on it. That's the best one. But I'm going to split the prize between the 2 of you because I don't think anyone deserves to have that much Marmite-based links. Anyway, thank you very much to Marmite Lid. Thank you, Richard. I hope you enjoyed my funny joke. I didn't enjoy it because you ripped it off me. Let's bring back... Oh, dear. I'm thinking of adding more stuff to this show. It's going to turn into 2 or 3 hours. Just come in, tune in when you feel like it. Numbers have gone back up again a bit. Marmite stuff. There's going to be people... I'll email you guys. You can send if you're one of those guys. I know you are. Send me your address and I'll send you some stuff. Well done. We might have competitions every. Oh, it was very good, Richard. Well done to having a competition. You've been drinking in there. I am drinking all the time, Richard. This is the only way I can get through my life. The never-ending existence of the Donny, Richard, is terrible. I can't shut my eye. I can never sleep. Yes, I have been fucking drinking and drunk as a skunk. I do not blame you for that. Let's see what else we've got coming up for you. I will just quickly talk about this. I only put this in. We've already talked about it. It's not the thing about the bloke from EastEnders. It's my old mate, Bradley Walsh. Brad, he said, call me Brad. Everyone calls me Brad. He's very down to earth. Oh, he's a nice guy. He was a very down to earth guy. What I liked about him on the Chase, Ali, oh yeah, go on. Everyone does it when you talk about quiz shows, Richard. Especially when you're not even allowed to see what the fucking result was. I'm not even winking at it. I mean it. He's pathetic aside, I should have said. I'm cheeky. Oh, only a little bit cheeky though. He's a very nice guy. He loves his job, and that's what I like about him. Not everyone in show business loves their job. He had so much fun. He's been doing it for 10 years. A lot of people would be annoyed. As the money rolled in, he's going to be earning, I don't know what he'll get per episode, but his daily wage isn't going to be it's not going to be bad, okay? It's not going to be a low amount of money. He's taken the higher offer, and he doesn't even have to gamble. But a lot of people in show business, they get blasé, they get cynical. I wouldn't do that. If I was allowed on TV, I wouldn't be cynical. I would stay full of the joie de vivres. Oh, you got quite cynical when you were on. I know, I regret it. I was on TV. I didn't realise how fortunate that was. I didn't realise it would. I thought it would last forever. I didn't think I'd be sitting in an attic in front of some balls with dummy, just making stuff up, expecting people to watch it. I don't think you do expect that. I didn't expect that. I can tell you. I know you didn't. And I regret it. I wish I'd appreciated more at the time. But that's show business. That's the way it is. He liked it. He was saying how lucky he was. He knew how lucky he was. But he's good. He's very good at the job as well. Whatever the result was, win or lose, it's a very hard quiz to win. You have to be a genius to win it. Oh, United building it up the United gone. Did you win? Can you tell me? No. Did you win Taskmaster? I'm not allowed to say whether how I did in anything. It's because you didn't win. If you'd won, you'd know. You'd be able to tell. You wouldn't be able to tell. You'd be able to tell. I've got in the can. I've got a pointless. I've got a tipping point from well over a year ago. Taskmaster, The Chase. No one knows what happens apart from me. I don't even tell my mum. Really, I haven't told my mum. I won't tell her because I want her to have the fun of watching it and finding out what happens. Really, yeah. And they're old. They're old. My parents. COVID's around. They could go any second. Yeah, they could go to their grave not knowing how I did on the chase, and that's going to weigh heavily on me if that happens. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, he's on. He's doing blankety blank. He'll be good at it because he laughs when there's rude stuff. And well done to him. He's doing. He's in loads of stuff. I mean, he's in Doctor Who. Is that my daughter? I don't think it is. Might be my daughter. Was that you, Phoebes? There's a Victorian ghost in the house who shouts out every now and again. Only I can hear her, so makes things a bit complicated. He's doing something else as well. He's doing another really exciting. Doesn't say it on there. Yeah, man. It was good, guy. I just did it so I could talk about that. I just did it. Just so you could talk about the on the chase. Yes, it was. Are you drunk? Yes, I'm a little drunk. You're going to do that joke every week? Not either. You haven't done the one about what was the trodden? No, not the one. What, the one where I go? The problem is, yeah, and I go, this is the trodden. Yeah, we haven't done it. I don't think we should bring it back. I mean, we still got many things to get. This is going to go on for an hour and a half. We're not going to be able to cover everything. Should I have a quick look at Venus? I mean, maybe Sally won't be in this week. I think it'd be good if Sally isn't in this week. I think I understand this show, and it should just be me. Okay. What? Fair enough. Venus, the good ship Venus. The good news about Venus is not only does it rhyme with penis, which is very good news for people doing comedy song, but there may be life on Venus. They've discovered it. It's I've dug into this, and the Daily, you may have probably read this. There's some gas in the air that they can't explain where it came from. The Daily Express have written quite a lot of stories about Venus, not just the current news. This one's printed up very small for some reason. But Venus bombshell, NASA found evidence of enough water to support abundant life on Venus. What? I thought it was too hot to live there. It is now, but in the past, according to this, there may have been abundant water. Life, that gas could have come from all the life forms. Maybe we came from there, and maybe... Oh, there's another fly here. Let's see if that's Gwendolyn's husband coming to get me. You know, I'll tell you what I think, Richard. Don't do the women come from it. And it's all the women. Don't do that joke. They come from Venus. Don't do that. I said don't do it because it's got to listen to me, because I've been doing comedy for 30 years. I've been doing comedy for 128 years. Well, I know the modern audience, and it's not just enough to note that there's a book called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Like, this is the thing, is this is going out with my name on it, and it's my show, and you do crap stuff like that. I'm just improvising. Well, don't improvise. Stick to the fucking script. We've written a script, very intricately worked out script, and I would appreciate it if you just stuck to what we've done, because I've been working all week on this, and then you go and just, I'm sorry, I just thought I'd try something a bit spontaneous. A bit what? Spontaneous. What? Spontaneous. Not spontaneous. Okay. This could be my, the thing is, we'll edit this out. Back big, and I blew it for a lot of stuff. I alienated a lot of people. I was a dick, and I know that now. Yeah. And this is it. People like me again, and I could really see myself being on some other quiz shows if things go. Oh, really? Is that your ambition? Mainly just to be on the quiz shows. Maybe win one of them. Don't cry, Richard. I'm not crying. I'm just. Look, I've worked with this. We built up a really big head of steam. It was going really well, and then you just did the women. It doesn't even mean anything. There's a life on Venus. Oh, women are from Venus. Not women, is it? Women aren't flying around in the atmosphere of Venus, farting out sort of horrible cheesy smells, aren't they, Richard? No, they're not. Because they would die in the sulfuric acid and stuff. You really sport this story for me. I'm sorry, I was just trying to be light-hearted about What about women being from Venus? Yeah, imagine if they were from Venus and then were from Mars. And imagine if uh, Cecil Parkinson had a Simon instead of the Venus. What, the Simon thing? We go beep, boop, 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 boop. Yeah, and you have to. Well, that would explain a lot of his problems. Yeah, only people wouldn't be able to resist trying with it, would they? And from thence the illegitimate children arise, yeah. Fair enough. So there's that. There's abundant oxygen. But this is my favourite story from that we then link to. Life on Venus. Russian scientists spotted something moving on the surface with secret probe. So there was a probe that the Russians sent to Venus, and it sent back images that seemed to see something moving on the surface, like a crab-like creature. I don't know if you saw this story. And they had to keep it a closely guarded secret. They're in Soviet Russia. In one image, the Venera 13 landing probe is seen parked on the rocky Venusian foreground, and an object shaped something like a crab stands inches away from the probe. In another, also taken by Venera 13, this crab-like object appears to be in a different location. So there's a big question about whether this is... There it is. Is that a crab on Venus? It looks like it, doesn't it? When you colour it in and draw a crab over it. He sees what looks like a disc, which seems to be moving. NASA photo analysts, upon reviewing the photos, have concluded that it was actually probably the lens cap from the Venera camera. And maybe read a whole fucking article about that. No, it was a good article. It was good. Yeah, let's forget about that. Look, I'm over it. We'll just edit that bit out. It's taken the wind out of my sails a little bit. I'm very sorry, Richard. I didn't mean to do that. Look, let me look, we're running out of time. We've been going for an hour. We've got to do the birthdays. We haven't done the wasp. I mean, fucking hell, this is shoddy. Okay, we haven't got the jingle for this one together yet, but I will try to recreate it. Here's you lived through another year and you haven't even died. Though cancer may be secretly creeping deep inside. If you think that that's worth a party, your brain's obviously going wonky. Let's get an E or a kick from the reluctant birthday donkey. Eeyore, eeyore, why can't I die? There he is. I mean, that's better than, and he's also problem with the green screen, even though he's blue. I'd have to work with these morons. Don't stand right in front of yourself, and don't stand. Oh, that's a bit better because I'm blue behind, so you more or less get away with that. Let's do that. Hello, Richard here. Why can't I die? That's what you say. So we're back with the birthdays. That's proved very popular. Here. And what I like about this week, only 2 people got in touch, but they both went for it, and that's what I want to see. Okay, so hopefully I've printed up there. Yeah, here we go. So this first one is from one of my longest running. I'm gonna say fan. I hope that's all right, Jeanette. She's been following my progress right since the beginning. She used to come to the radio shows when we did them at the Paris studios, which doesn't even exist anymore. That's how old it is. And she's appeared on This Morning Rich Not Judy. Her name has sometimes caused amusement, and I hope it will not cause amusement now because I have nothing but respect for not Jeanette. That's a perfectly nice name. Her name, it's not her birthday. Her name is Jeanette Muff. And if you find that funny, then her vagina is just a muff, it turns out. But if you find that funny, like a muff that you put your hands in. I'm just trying to run with the toys as of genitalia things. It isn't. Anyway, she has a friend who also comes to a lot of the shows all the time and has done for many years, and I can't believe he's this old. And oh god, yeah. How old is he? He's quite old. 40? He's more than 40. We were doing those shows 30 years ago. 50? More than 50. Why can't I die? Why did you not just kill me with the others? Why? His name's Bean. He's the Bean. He's a great guy. I don't know if he was christened the Bean. Maybe he's got an embarrassing surname and didn't want to let people know what it was. Jeanette generally has an anti-fanny. Hello, Jeanette. It's lovely to hear from you. I do love you guys. And it means a lot to me. You're still interested in this nonsense. It makes me realise I've wasted my life. I've wasted 30 years of my life. So He's 60 years old. Oh, God, his Bean is 60 years old. She said, I'm sure Donkey would be delighted to do some jumps for him. Oh, no. 60 jumps you've got to do, Donkey, for the Bean. So here we go. That's right. So while you're doing this, I can't talk over you. You're making a lot of noise. Is that it? That's 30. I think you got. I mean, you seem to be counting. My hand doing the work is. Oh, you're at 40, so hold on. I hope you do. It's easier with this one because you can count them. Can you just keep quiet so I can talk over it? 1. So this is Bean. Hope you're enjoying it. I wish I was dead. Happy birthday, Dean. Oh, I didn't even show the picture. There's an amazing picture. So that's why. The reason I've gone for it is because these people have, if anyone else has sent stuff in, there's the Bean. There he is. It's as if he is Marmite lid. That's what we want. I wanted CBB style collages with your favourite characters. And that is the Marmite and Beans, which I'm sure they'll fucking do if they haven't done already. At least that makes sense. Inside the lid, and there's the presents and everything. So that's from Jeanette Muff. I'm glad you're still friends after all this time. This has taken longer than I anticipated. We had to do 60 fucking jumps. I hate you. Why didn't you let me die with the others? Why did you keep me in a tin all this time? The good news is Mike Cosgrave has put together the backing track for our hit single, which we will try and put together. Oh, God. Why can't I wish I had ears? I wish I could hear that I hadn't got ears, so I can't. You can. I can't. Let's do the next birthday quickly, otherwise we're really going to run out of time. I'm not sure we're going to have time for Brian Wasp this week. I mean, we literally haven't got time because we've gone on longer than we were meant to. Viewers has gone down a little bit again, by the way. Just if it could just tip over 300 and then it's the tipping point, isn't it then? Like the show I've been in. This one, this is Michiel Bolland, who comes from Holland. This can't be true. A man who's pretending to come from Holland and has called himself Michiel Bolland from Holland. He must think I was born yesterday. You can't just misspell Michael and say I'm from the Netherlands. My name is Michiel Bolland, the man from Holland. Let's have a look. I would like to apologise to our Dutch viewers there for that, Michiel mainly, for that very offensive. You can't do that anymore. It's cultural appropriation. And he's really gone to town. He's made this of himself. He's 49. Oh, God. 99. He's 49 years old on the 21st of September. So happy birthday for the 21st. And look at this. He's put so much work into this that when Chris Evans went through my work and tried to neaten some of it up, he thought this was just the front page of the Punani album from the Kickstarter campaign that you can join in with. If you like the snooker, hullisper.co.uk/Kickstarter, you can get this amazing Punani album. Not this one, because it won't have Ali and Histor and Donkey and Michiel Bolland, the man from Holland, on it. He's up there, look. He's up. Oh, he's up. That's him there, look. You like the way I misunderstood how filming worked for a second? Just by having worked in television for 30 years. Can we call this television? I'm not sure. So he thought this was the real thing. So yes, Kickstarter, if you want to buy the sticker album, and there's a Donkey t-shirt and there's a very cool snooker t-shirt being made as well. It's well worth your time. We've got a couple of weeks left. It's nearly halfway. It started very fast and it slowed down, as it always does, because you always like waiting to the end. But if you want to give some money, all the money raised from this, all the profits will go to help live comedy. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about Michiel Bolland's 49th birthday. He says, I hope it's not too crappy. This is definitely the best collage Even Bean on a Marmite lid is not as good as this. The way you've put together some of the characters, and one of them who isn't even in this show, that's exactly what I want. And if you do that, I'm only going to have 2 people every week. Just so happens there were only 2 people who asked this week. But that's how you get on, if you want to get on. And we're not going to do some jumps. He's also done me as a ventriloquist dummy with my younger self there. Look at that. With my younger self as a ventriloquist dummy. And that is harsh. We're going to do the magic button. Oh, thank Christ. So press the magic button, donkey. Let's see. I don't know what this is going to be. It could be anything. This is Chris Evans. Oh, my stars. Oh, at least I don't throw in this. Wow. I don't know if this is going to be. Let's say it's just the moon. I'm in black and white. I'm just waiting to see if anything else happens. This is all for you. Happy birthday, Michelle. It's getting good, isn't it? It's nothing very interactive. Ooh. Oh, no, I think it's gone back. So let's go back to normal. There we go. Thank you very much, Michelle. You are definitely real. And, Halloween's coming up. It is coming up. And how's that going to be? We're going to have to go grouse hunting in Halloween, aren't we? And just shoot all the people who were the sweets. Then you're allowed to have 30 kids. Am I right? Stop insisting with that joke at shit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Donkey. There he is. Donkey. That was Donkey. Should we just do the wasp quickly?
He may be dead, but he's got his ovipositor on the pulse. His cadaver is desiccated, but his raging veins convulse. He knows the latest blockbuster and the top of the posp. Buzz, what's the buzz? With Brian Wasp.
Zzz, it's me, Brian Wasp. Zzz, all of my legs are now fallen off. And I just got no wings left. One of the legs just literally fell off as that was going on. Zzz. Cool, Brian Wasp. What have you been watching this week? I've been watching Bill and Ted. Oh, fantastic. I've been really looking forward to Bill and Ted. How is it? Oh, I found it very childish. And they looked so old-fashioned. The special effects were done on a ZX Spectrum. Very cool. Really? I mean, I would have thought the new version would be... No, it was just very childish humour. Ted got thrown down some stairs in a suit of armour, and then you think he's dead, and then he's just fallen out the suit of armour. It doesn't make any sense. Wait, no, that's in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Yeah, that's what I saw. Well, it's $3.99 on iTunes, Amazon Prime. I thought you would have watched the new one. There's a new one. Yeah. People don't. I mean, I watched the old one, and it does. Some of it doesn't hold up. Who am I? What am I doing? Let's get Ali back. So here comes Ali. And there's Glendon Fly. I love Glendon Fly. She's my favourite. Right. Well, look, we're going to wrap up pretty soon. I just wanted to talk about Ed Miliband managed to take down old Doris Bonson, didn't he? Oh, he's catching on, Doris Johnson. You did it the wrong way around. I know. I thought it was Doris Johnson. I thought I was doing it right. I know it's Doris Bonson. Old Doris Bonson, look at him. He looks like he's not well, is he? Oh, he hasn't been well. He's had COVID-19. Has he? Or is it just all a hoax that? I think it's a hoax. Ed Miliband took him down. And I think a lot of people have talked about this, the chaos with Ed Miliband. Seeing Ed Miliband back doing a pretty good job. And he's been a guest on Rehearsal Plays. But it all came down to that moment of that Ed Stone possibly. Just people didn't quite like him enough, but it was all down to one moment when it all went wrong for him, and it was that this was the moment. That's what. If he hadn't eaten that bacon sandwich, He'd just wait till he got home to have his lunch. He would just have finished being Prime Minister. He would have probably had an unexceptional term. He would have probably not won his re-election. But what do you think? It's like, I think there's a sliding doors film about, which is called Bacon Sandwich. And it's just about the reality of Ed Miliband. And it would start with the chaos with Ed Miliband. And then you would see all the chaos without Ed Miliband. And then you'd see just basically pootling along Ed Miliband doing okay. But comparatively, if we'd had it, we'd have thought he would have been a shit Prime Minister. But if we were able to see both sides of what would have happened and what would have happened, what did happen, unfortunately, in our reality. I mean, I wish I was in the non-Bacon Sandwich reality. Yeah, me too. You probably wouldn't have thought of doing this. Well, I wouldn't have. This definitely wouldn't exist. If Ed Miliband hadn't eaten that bacon sandwich, I would not be doing this now. Don't think there'd be lockdown? There'd probably be lockdown, but I probably wouldn't have been in the position where things have got so bad that I would have thought of doing this. Yeah, fair enough. I'm fleabagging. You're not even fleabagging. I was fleabagging a bit. I was fleabagging a little bit. Well, it's not enough. I'm thinking at it. It's not enough just to say your catchphrases. I think we're going to have to wind it up. We've got most of them in this week. No hoary horse. Sally stayed in a box. A lot of people happy to see the same phrases. No one likes the same phrase, Rich. That's the thing. I know no one. Well, the chat room would disagree with where 3 people are saying embrace the same phrases. Nobody likes the same phrase, Richard. That is the same phrase about that. We're going to carry on, Holly. Yeah. Yeah. It's my favourite thing I've ever done. Me too, Richard. I know you're only kidding and pretending you don't like. I'm sorry we fell out in the middle. No, it's okay. We'll always be friends. Whatever happens until I kill you. I'm fleabagging. No ankles, Ali fan, sorry. No Sally this week. You can't have everything every week. We've done an hour and 15. I'm not just bringing Sally on just for the sake. Oh, here's Sally. I'm Sally. That's me doing an impression of Sally. I can't really do the voice. Oh, hello. I'm Sally, and I'm a woman. I'm old, but I like having sex. Oh, isn't that a brilliant idea? Don't parody my wife, please. She's a good character, and she's a little drunk. Yeah, you've done that joke. Well, look, I hope you had a nice time. I'll just check. Do subscribe with Twitch, especially with Amazon Prime. If not to me, then to Zaffacake, Limmy, I think Stevie, 5TVM, she's great. XS Malarkey, these are all people I follow. I think they are fantastic. There's some wonderful things on this channel. Check out, if you're watching on on YouTube, or if you listen to the podcast, check out Twitch. And why are you listening to the podcast? What's wrong with you? Watch it, you idiots. Twitch.tv/RKHerring. If you want to help support live comedy, go to rahalastapa.co.uk/Kickstarter and put some money into something. You get some fantastic rewards. And if that Punani album does not rocket in value once this is over, it will not be available afterwards. Then the only reason can be that I am in prison and disgraced for stealing Pick and Mix, which that will catch up with me one day. But, I only broke the law in a special and limited way. Oh, very good, Richard. You brought in the big news stories just like Graham Norton. You could get your own show very soon. You and me together, mate. We did try to do a song between the two, wasn't it? We should we should get that song together. I'm a bit of a thing. I can't remember how it went. I do. It went like that, didn't it? Yeah. But when we get together, we're like cheese and a different kind of cheese. It was all that. It was good. What happened to that song? I just forgot about it. I forgot it existed. I got so wrapped up in I wish I had ears. I wish I could hear, but I haven't got ears. I always get it wrong, but and I like to only a poor little donkey. Yeah, I hate that donkey. Good, well done. You got the last same phrase in, and so therefore it is time to go. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back next week with this. Hopefully there's a Rahalastapa next week on Wednesday, snooker on Monday, and random stone clearing could happen at any time of the night or day. No warning about that one, except check your notifications. Do follow me, and you'll get notifications about when I am on air. We will try and up the content a little bit. We've been taking it a little bit easy for a couple of weeks. Thanks for your support, and see you very soon. Good day, everyone. We all love you. Good day. Sally, no, shush, it's not time. Get back in the box. See you later, kids. Bye.